Good afternoon. I am today going to describe the novel. Good afternoon. Today I am going to describe the mind map of Jane Eyre novel, which is written by the world famous writer Charlotte Bronte. First of all, the branch which is given for me is the early childhood of Jane. So first of all, we'll look into the character of Jane. She is devoted towards the God and she has lots of trust, but she is ill-treated by her Aunt Reed. Aunt Reed is her adopted mother. From her childhood, she is facing different struggles and she is treated badly because they think that she is from a low class family. Even though her mother is from the high class, her father is from the low class. Therefore, she is dependent on her Aunt Reed. And the cousins even treat her badly. She doesn't have a status in which she lives. She pictures herself in the mirror and thinks that she is a strange fairy. She thinks that she is not that much beautiful. She even doesn't have a right to read a book in her house. So through this, we can knew that from the childhood, she is treated cruelly and harshly. Thank you.
I am going to say about John Eyre novel, The Branches of Education. Jane Eyre, as a young strong-willed and independent woman who defies social norms and expectations. Jane is presented initially presented uh, she works as a governess at Thornfield. She was humble for every student. She was kind and for every children. She works as a governess with curiosity in Thornfield. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. And I'm going to explain Love Affair from Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre is controlling her all emotions in every situation. Her love is not expressed until the story, until the end. She kept her love is not expressed to end of the novel. Jane Eyre had deep love towards Rochester. She is melting because Rochester was away from her and misses him. That's why Jane Eyre love is very, very pure and unconditional. Thank you.
I'm going to talk about Jena. Jena is a no orphan girl who is living with her poor abusive aunt at school. Despite the harsh treatment she receives, Jane depicted as having a resilient spirit and strong sense of self. She refuses to be defined by her circumstances and to make a better life for herself. She possesses a sense of her self-worth and dignity.
Good afternoon, everyone. Jane Eyre was written by Charlotte Bronte. It was published in 1847. The main character of this novel is Jan Aire, who is 10 years girl and lives with his uncle's family. He lost her parent in her childhood, and after that, her uncle her uncle took her with him, and after that, she lives with uncle's family. Unfortunately, her uncle's was dead, and she lives with her aunt Mrs. Reed and her cousins. Then Mrs. Reed and her cousin gave her cruel punishment. Then she isolated in red room. After that, she went charity schools. Then
I'm going to talk about Jaina's childhood and her friends. Jane Eyre is a novel. Jane Eyre is a story about an orphan child. Jane's parents died when she was too little to remember them, and Mr. Reed take her with him. And Jane continues to live with Reed family. Unfortunately, her uncle was died, and she continued to live with aunts and her cousins. They treat her to cruel way and horribly. Because of these things, she feels she needs freedom, love. She needs love or family, and some of John Reed's unnecessary nonsense things make her to be locked in a red room. Because of this, she faint and get ill. After knowing these things, Dr. Lloyd give advice to move her to a school. Then she went to Lowood. At Lowood School, she finds her true friend, press true friend Helen Burns. She was kind and friendly to Jane, and Helen Burns teach Jane to importance of friendship. And Helen Burns, because of this friendship, Jane's understand finally importance of having a good friend. And after Helen Burns' death, she had a good friend, Miss Temple. She's so kind and friendly to Jane. And after Helen Burns' death and Miss Temple's departure, Jane decided to move somewhere to works, because she believes that it was Miss Temple who made the Lowood as a home for her. Then she moved to Thornfield, and there she finds Rochester as a good friend and lover. After find out Rochester's he's already married. Then she moved to Mohat, and there she finds St. John's and his sisters. Because of her ability to make a friendship with others, she made good friendship with them also. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Now I'm going to talk about Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre, written by Charlotte Brontë, published in 1847. Jane Eyre is one of the main characters in this novel. She is an orphan girl, and then she lived with Mrs. Reed and her children. And now I'm going to tell about something for her education. Firstly, her aunt sent to her Lowood School. The Lowood School headmaster is Brocklehurst. He was a cruel man. He does not provide the facilities for kids. He does not care for kids. He need only profit. And Jane Eyre studied 6 years at the Lowood School,
and 2 years taught the teacher as a Lowood school. After that, she get a job in Thornfield for governor's post. Jane Iyer is a well educated girl. This statement clearly describe her education. Thank you.
Afternoon to you all. Now I'm going to explain to the class determination. Generalize is written by the Charlotte Purdy. The first way gender is presented is being by shaped by the social class. Jane as being working class. The Peter Blanche Ingram the ideal woman. Her father is a lower class, her mother is upper class. Mr. Reed, house from Mr. Reed, the house from the lower school, presented important to the upper class family. Therefore great Jane with and partiality.
Good morning, everyone. Today I'm talking about one of the character portrayal. Protagonist, the literary device protagonist. Jane is the novel flows Jane's coming of age and her quest for home belonging. Jane is a protagonist of Jane Eyre. Her strong good morning, everyone. Today I'm talk about one of the character portrayal. Jane Eyre.
Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the novel Genera. Narrated by Charles Bronte. It was published on 1847. It is an autobiographical narration. Genera is a gothic novel. It puts elements of both horror and romance. Let's see one of the character portrayal. Need for a companion. Jane need for a love and care, but she did not receive it. First character is Mrs. Reed. She is Jane's aunt. She is a cruel person. Jane experts motherly love from Mrs. Reed, but her aunt always treats her cruelly. She is a bad impression in this novel. Second character is servant Bessie. She is a very kind person.
Good afternoon. I'm going to say about Jane Eyre character. The Jane Eyre was Good afternoon. I'm going to say about Jane Eyre character. The Jane Eyre was gothic novel and elements of both romance, which written by Charlotte Bronte. She's
published in 1847. Um, in Victorian era. In this novel, writer portrayed about protagonist, feminism, freedom, isolated. One of the character of Jane Eyre kind. In this novel, Jane was as a kind and honest person. That's why she got a good friendship from Bessie, Helen, Miss Temple, and John family members. In her childhood, she faced cruel punishment from her aunt. At the same time, she got love and care from Bessie. Bessie is servant at Gateshead. Next one, when she was at Lowood School, she was struggled from Brocklehurst. Brocklehurst is one selfish person. Even though who explored the Jane as a liar, Jane had a good friendship from Helen. Helen is a kind and pure soul of Jane, and who always stay with Jane. At the same time, Temple Maria also good supporter. When Jane was faced some struggle and unconfidence time, Temple Maria gave her confidence and love and care, affection to her. Therefore, the writer portrayed the Jane was as a kind person. That's why Jane got good friendship from others.
Today to you all, I am going to explain the characteristic of Jane. I have explained the feminist characteristic of Jane. Jane is the best example for feminist because she totally changed. She totally changed. Female can't do any task without help of a male. But earlier she was from lower class. That reason Mrs. Reed treats her cruelly. She thought become higher class people where the education only. So she got her further studies and things that became a higher class people like Miss Rochester's. Then this class discrimination also impacts her mostly. Finally, we can realize that the condition of living class is not impact among the society. She raised up with help of the education to make equal Mr. Rochester's family condition. This situation explain us the Jane is the best example for feminists. Then I am explain the injustice. Jane is always fight for justice in this novel, but sometimes she got injustice. Example, she teach charity school 2 years. That time, that charity school principal Mr. Brocklehurst treats children cruelly. So that reason Jane fight for justice, but she never that time she not get justice for justice. So we can understand Jane is fight for the justice, but he sometimes she got injustice. Thank you.
I am going to talk about one of the character of Jane Eyre. In this novel, Jane was a poor orphan girl. She has no parents. She has lost her parents in early childhood. After her parents' death, she stayed with her aunt, Miss Reed House. Her aunt promised her husband, but she broke the promise. Then she go to childhood school and for her study. The writer emphasized Jane as a poor girl, poor orphan girl.
Good day to you all. Now I'm going to talk about characteristics of Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre was a kind person because even Rochester lost his eyes. She ready to marry him. This sentence indicate Jane's unconditional love. And Jane leaves from Moorhead because of Rochester. She takes her own decision. This incident indicates independent.
Good afternoon, our lecturer. I am going to talk about two characters of Jane Eyre. At the beginning of the novel, the writer illustrated Jane Eyre is a slave girl. She feels as a slave, and she thought she was a upper class child. So that's why her aunt punished unjustly and put her red room. She was alone there and faced a lot of problems that makes her a scare. She fell down ill there. So these scenes are um, clearly described. Jane Eyre was a slave girl, and further in this novel, as a protagonist, Jane Eyre is strong and courageous girl. When someone asks something or talk with her, she talk with them closely because she want to show a justification in front of who misunderstand her. The writer described Jane's antagonists are Barthelmess, Mrs. Reed, and Brocklehurst. She talked with them closely because they are treated her cruelly and they are misunderstand her. So she want to show a justification in front of who misunderstand her. When she talk with them closely, they are they understand her. She was a talkative and undisciplined girl, but whatever she does, she didn't care about others thinking because she only focused to share her justification in front of others. There are most of girls faced a lot of problems because of their silence. So this is a good character according to situation. So this is a good role model for girls who try to show their their um, their justification in front of others. And finally, in conclusion, the writer described
multiple character of Jane Eyre. So the most of characters are good role model for girls. At the same time, some characters are give good messages for audience. Thank you.